United Anshuman Agar, just the start of the season, and how have you trained and how is your team shaping up for this wonderful opportunity to train? But we are very positive. Irrespective of the toss, both teams need to play well and both teams need to put up a good total. So we look forward to the tournament, and all the best to both the teams, and may the better team win. Team win at the end of the day.
Let's check. That was very close. We have two officials, Raju Birja and Sumit. A very young umpire, a very confident one. Gives his decision very coolly and calmly. He is one of the premier officials of this tournament. A young fellow, but gives the right decision. Simon Toffel, retired at the age of 42 as an international umpire, was ICC Elite umpire, the best umpire for 5 consecutive years. Oh, that was a gift actually post Diwali. Wasn't able to put off. Full toss down the leg side. Saw a very good encounter just some time back. Jbcn defeating Fazlani United. That was a very good encounter. This is match number 3 in International School Darts Tournament Season 5. That was nicely bowled, equally well played. The first few overs generally give you an idea what's going to happen next. Very good pitch with a slight tinge of green grass on it. The grass just needed to keep the soil together. Somya Cricket Ground in the heart of Mumbai City. He wanted to play in covers. The ball took the inside half of the bat straight to the long off region. Two fielders outside the 30-yard circle, one at the long on region, the other one in the long off region. So long off and long on for the left arm spinner. I think this ball is going to travel. Oh, that was so very lucky. So fortuitous runs. So with this one run, the score is 6 runs without loss. So an over which we saw some strange things happening, some bad deliveries which were not put off, some edges fetching them few runs. High quality stuff was on display in the second match, where we saw some immaculate batting and bowling. First match was a lopsided affair. The second match, it was good batting and bowling skills displayed by Jbcn. Fazlanis, they were very good in patches, but couldn't hold on. It was Rohan's scintillating innings of 60 runs of just 30 odd deliveries, which was the difference between the two teams. 6 runs on the scorecard. We are into the second over. He wanted to go for the cover drive. Tall off spinner, bowling those balls with high arm action. 6 runs on the scorecard. Batsman yet to find his feet over there. What a shot that is. Straight to the fielder though. That's down the leg side. Would be the first extra of the innings. That is nicely played. Straight to the fielder though. This is the third match of the day. Remember, these guys are playing for the kids. This is International School Darts Tournament, where that's outside the off stump, well within the reach of the batsman. That's what the umpire says. So the score at the end of over number 2 is beat the ball very hard. Instead, try and time it. Try and place them between the gaps. Use the pace of the bowler. Oh, that's beautifully done. The batsman on strike seems to be the one who Mehul, who seems to be the one who tries to use the pace of the ball, depends or relies more on his technique rather than going for those big shots. He tries to play some proper cricketing shots. And he tries to go for a big one. Just as I was appreciating, he should have gone for that catch. Digant should have gone for that catch. This is an opportunity, just evading away from the fielder. Best thing about these players is they keep upon supporting each other. Even if there is a blemish in the field, they keep supporting each other, because everyone here knows not all of them are professionals, not all of them are the ones who practice day in and day out. They have to do their own job, have their own businesses, they have their own big offices in their work. This is their passion which they are following. So even if someone does a mistake, instead of criticizing him, they just support each other. That's what the game is all about, supporting each other, trying to get best out of each other. The skipper of the JBCN, when he came for the toss, the best thing was there was a child accompanying him. That's what is more important. Rather, I would feel if the children also accompany their parents, a few of them, when their dads play, that would be a boost like nothing. And just imagine a dad getting a century in front of his own kid. They already are their heroes. They will become their superheroes. Right down the leg side. On the back of the mind, they always feel they need to perform. They need to perform so that when the kids go back home, go back to the school instead, they would say how good his or her dad was. So the half cutters are reaping dividends. Not trying to do something different, just keeping it straight and simple. So the very old mantra of KISS, keep it straight and simple. That's what he's trying to do. And he's doing a good job for his team. Again, deja vu. So not trying to do something special. If something is working for it, keep doing it all the time. That's what Virat Kohli says. Virat Kohli says, I don't practice many shots. I just practice one shot quite a lot of time so that I get perfected in it. That's what is more important. Keep on doing a similar thing and you get expert into it. It's not about doing many things at a time. Doing that one thing correctly. So 2 balls right on spot. Maybe he might go for another one on the same length. He goes for a short one. He had to go for a little quicker pace, because something which we call as uniformity is not always good. That's what the South African teams were, very monotonous. You need to change your line and length. You need to have different plans every time. So the bowler bowling it smartly, not letting his limitations come in the way. Fantastic, smart bowling. It's gold dust actually to have 4 dot deliveries in a row in a T20 match. It's almost gold dust. Batsman is eager to get away with this. I think he may go for that cut shot, trying to get those short delivery. Inside he gets a full toss, but fortunately all the bad deliveries are going straight to the fielders. JNS might have missed down at least 3 possible easy gift for boundaries. This was one of them. First over itself they had a very low full toss in the leg side which they missed out. Even this one he had the opportunity. 4 dot deliveries laced with a wide and then a single. This has been a good over. Let's see how he ends it. Generally, the last ball is the one which goes for a boundary. Almost had his man. Fantastic over. 5 dot deliveries in this over. Yes, done the job for his team. Anshuman Agarwal, AA. He has bowled an ace over. 4 overs and 20 runs. So they have kept a lid on the scoring rate. That this has been good bowling by Jbcn. JNS have to find a way to get those runs now. Vinay coming in to bowl the important 5th over. So they're shuffling around with their bowlers. They have to. Only one captain who was unique. He used to use only 2 bowlers at times was Mahendra Singh Dhoni of the Chennai Super Kings, where he used to use 3 overs for Deepak Chahar. The batsmen still not able to find their touch. As both the captains, when we were at the toss, they said they had very little time to prepare, but they're very much geared up to win this one. First encounter is always special. You can see the excitement on their faces. They were very much ready for it. Want to perform well for their team. Want to perform well for the kids as well. Oh, he slipped, and that's what is the danger when you run on that grass. So good call there by the non-striker. The ball went straight to the fielder over there. Good mid-off region. He's itching to go get a boundary now. A big shot may come, maybe a possibility of getting a wicket. He went for the quicker one, straight to the fielder. Lots of misunderstanding. Maybe one fellow is speaking Tamil, the other one's maybe Gujarati. Both are not able to communicate with each other properly. So that's the first single scored of Vinay. It has been a very, very tight over. In fact, the last 9 balls, they have just managed to get 3 or 4 runs and have not been able to score off. A good shot, a big shot is just round the corner. He went for the big one, just placed it between the 2 fielders, using the pace of the bowler, marched and just placed it between those 2 fielders behind point. So that's the second boundary of the power play, which is a very rarity to see. We see so many numbers of boundaries being hit. They need a lot of this. The score moves on to 25 now. Vinay bowling the 5th over of the innings. The run rate is just tottering around 5 runs per over. They need to get it up. Good work there by the fielder in the mid-on region. With the single, the score moves on to 26. Jbcn playing against JNS. That was sliding down the leg side. That was the only thing which would have saved him. The score at the end of over number 5 is 26 runs. They are scoring at the rate of 5.2 runs per over. They need to move on. International School Dads Tournament Season 5.0. 28 teams, 7 groups, 4 teams in a group. 68. ground, and let's see which two teams would be there to play in the most possible international conditions. 26 runs on the scorecard, the last 6 balls of the power play. Now that was a very indifferent shot, very difficult to describe. He wanted to go in covers, then he yorked himself and the ball went to the long off region. 27 now. Parag Shah has been in the circuit for quite a while. He's a very wily customer. Very smart bowler. Very difficult to get away. This is a cracking shot straight down the ground. Very difficult. He does a good job. He has done a good job. Still to see some power hits. We saw one boundary which was a flick in the square leg region. Then we saw one cut shot of a full toss ball. Still to see a shot of anger. We need to at times use our power and muscle. They need to show intent now. Enough of those singles, and that's into the covers. The fielder trying to get underneath it. Just a single. They have had their good fortune. The ball falling in no man's land for quite a lot of time. Parag trying to bowl a tight over. The last 6 balls going the way of Jbcn. Nicely bowled. Just keeping it tight. They have kept a tight lid on the scoring. Haven't allowed them any opportunity to score. They need to find a way. They need to go cross-batted even. That mid-wicket cow corner region is vacant. If he beats, oh, that's fantastic work. He saved 3 runs for his team. So they are putting their bodies around. They are trying to save those runs. And they have been very successful at doing that. Just 4 runs in the first 5 balls of Parag's first over. Just conceded 4. The score is 30 now. This has been fantastic bowling by the team in red. They have restricted the opposition to just 60 runs, which has to be a unique record. I think this is the lowest score achieved by any batting team in the power play. But remember, it's not how you begin, it's how you end is more important. So 30 runs, only positive thing for JNS is they haven't lost a wicket. But in T20 cricket, the more number of dot balls, the more pressure it is. You have seen quite a lot of dot balls in the first innings. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 dot deliveries. That is almost 50% of the balls being bowled which are dot deliveries. So that's a very high percentage.
Boosted energy, boosted lights. I am say iconic energize. I am say iconic energize.
Very beautiful ground, a perfect ground to play your one-day cricket, white ball cricket, and T20 cricket. Where you have quick outfield, fantastic field where you can dive. When you play some good shots, you will get full value for your shots. It's not an outfield which is ultra lightning quick so that fielders won't have a chance. Fielders do have a chance, but it's an outfield which you will get full value for your shots if you are playing good cricket. And the most important factor for any ground is the wicket. The wicket here is the one which is a real hero. It's a very nice even wicket with some good binding of grass into it, and this is the first match of the season, and the wicket looks really good. The Somaya cricket ground, Midtown in Mumbai suburb. We have the sign Trombe Highway on the right hand side. On the left hand side we have the Somaya Hospital. It's a very unique, picturesque ground where you have some open spaces around. But they have to open the scoring now. They need to start scoring some runs now. 30 runs is what they have managed in the first 6 overs. They need to put the foot on the accelerator now. Oh, just as we were talking about accelerating, one more jolt in their progress as they lose their first wicket. Akshay taking a good catch, and on the very first ball, Vinay takes a wicket. Vinay in his second over, in the first over he just gave away 6 runs, and in his second over he gets his man. This was the difference actually. Both the batsmen were trying to play a little away from the bat. If your feet aren't moving, the scoreboard is not going to move. If you want to score runs, if you want to keep the scoreboard moving, you need to move your feet. That's what the coaches say. The lack of footwork, maybe playing away from the body, not moving the feet, has cost him dearly. He was trying to score for his team, loses out, misses out, and gets out. New man in is Vishal. So Vishal has to play a big innings just like his name. The team in red right now is in red hot form. They must be very, very happy. 17 dot balls in the space of 6.1 overs. And when you restrict the opposition to just 30 runs in the first 6 overs, it's always a plus. But still aren't over for JNS. They have some good batsmen. If they score a competitive score, they can register their first win. Remember, every match is going to be important because they would be playing 3 round robin matches in the first league matches. The group winners also would be awarded. Also, the grand finale will see 2 top teams fighting against each other in Pune. What a shot that is on the back foot. What a brilliant way to start. Fantastic cut shot. First ball, first boundary. The only batsman in the history of Indian cricket who scored boundary of the very first ball maximum number of times was Virendra Sehwag. Probably one of the best openers we ever had. Every match in the World Cup where he played, when it was played in India, he scored boundary of the very first ball. Vishal comes in, faces the first ball, a very good one in fact, smashes it for a fantastic square drive. What a shot that was. Just like Virendra Sehwag used to open his account. And that is a fortuitous one. Just like Virendra Sehwag used to be lucky. So one good shot, the another one. Fortune favoring the Brave. 2 balls and 2 boundaries. And suddenly when the scoring was completely halted, this man has come in and scored 2 boundaries in 2 balls. What they couldn't manage in the first 6 overs, this guy has just done it in 2 balls. They got 2 boundaries in the first 6 overs, and they have got 2 boundaries of the first 2 balls of which Vishal has. So Vishal is just like that wonderful oasis in the desert for them. He is the one who has got those scoreboard ticking and moving now. He's on charge again. Oh, he was going for the third. He wanted a hat-trick of boundaries. First ball, a beautiful cut shot, fetching him a boundary. Second ball, an educated edge, I would say, in the third man region. Third ball, the ball kept a little low. He wanted to go for that booming cut again. Let's see what he does. Again, maybe a delicate touch also would fetch him a boundary. Oh, that's what he was trying to do. Ball just down the leg side. It was all scripted for him. Vishal seems to be very happy. The body language of the batsman or the bowler clearly suggests what it is. Right now, this guy is very high on confidence, Vishal. Just having a look around. He goes for it again, an under edge. Once you get the taste of those boundaries, you will not like to score other runs. As soon as you come to the wicket, you score those first 2 boundaries of the first 2 balls. The tone is set for the innings. That's what he's trying to do, trying to hit a boundary of every ball. but that would be sensible for him to get those singles even. It's not always the big dishes or the sweet dishes. You need to have the salads also in between. Those ones and twos are the binding ones. That's nicely done. This is what I was talking about. Not every ball has to go for a boundary. He's showing how good he is when it comes to front foot forward defense also. The score at the end of over number 7 is 39 runs for the loss of the opening batter. So 2 boundaries and a wide in this over. The winner successful over comes to an end, but it has got Vishal onto the crease, who has been just like that pleasant surprise JNS was waiting for. Vishal's kids would be happy with the dad's performance because the dad has come in and has scored 2 boundaries of the very first balls. Parag comes in again. Parag Shah bowling right arm round the wicket. Very wily bowler. Very experienced one. Very few off spinners used to bowl the ball round the wicket. He is one of them. So Mehul Shah and Vishal. Mehul going down the ground, it will just fall short of that fielder. See Vishal trying to go for that second one. Just the positive energy has got onto the table, has tilted the needle in just favor of this batting team. Vishal, there is space behind the fine leg region. Square leg and fine leg region is vacant. Maybe he might just go for that sweep shot. Slightly away from his body. Just playing with loose hands. Not the right way to go about it. That was a half-shotted shot. Parag changing his pace, changing his length. This is nicely bowled. Some fantastic work by him. The previous ball was on good length. This was pitched up. So change in pace, change in line, change in length, helping the cause for the fielding team. But Vishal, he's getting itchy for a boundary now. Boundary or dot, that's only 2 way for him. Again a dot delivery. The percentage of dot deliveries has just shot up. In fact, it has gone greater than the number of balls on which the runs have been scored. We very rarely do we see that in a T20 match. But things can change, and things might change with Vishal on strike. That's nicely done. Very good cricket all around, very well bowled, equally well placed in the gap. Fielding was much better. Mehul Shah is getting edgy now. Mehul Shah is trying to get those lofty shots in. Let's see. This has been a fantastic over so far. Hasn't conceded a boundary. In fact, he has bowled really well. Parag Shah. Just 2 runs. Just 2 runs in this over. The last ball of the 8th over. This is nicely done straight down the ground. They have to run their first run quickly. But this outfield is so very beautifully nurtured and taken care of. You will hardly find a spot where the ball bobbles or just moves around. This is as good as an international cricket field. The score at the end of over number 8 is 42 for the loss of the solitary wicket. So 42 for 1 at the end of over number 8. The run rate is just
Boosted energy, boosted life. I say iconic energy, energize. I say iconic energy, energize. I say iconic, I say iconic, I say iconic, I say iconic.
that they're going to score n number of runs. In this case, it's 5 runs. So if they happen to score those 5 runs in the first 3 balls, the over is terminated there. They get 10 runs for it. But if they score anything less than 5, those 5 runs are, they get 0 in that. So you get either 0 or 10. The scorecard at the end of this over would be 42 or 52. One of these two. So I can predict the score. It has to be 42 or 52. So let's see. First match, the challenge over, 7 runs were asked and they scored it. Last match, the last innings, they asked for 8 runs and they couldn't score. So let's see. Thrice it was achieved, once it wasn't. Let's see what happens in the 5th occasion now. They have asked for 5 runs. Oh, one being saved. 5 of 5 now. They have tried not to be greedy. They must have seen the previous match in which they were challenged 8 runs to be scored. They just managed 7. So 5 runs of 5 balls. So either they get 10 or a 0. That's beautifully bowled, equally well played onto the back foot, straight to the fielder. Single being easily taken. So 4 of 4. So 1 run being scored of the first 2 deliveries. Vishal, I think it's going to be 2 ways for him. Either he will go for a boundary of this ball or he's not going to score those runs. That's the way he goes. I don't think they will find single taking easy with him. He'll try and go for that big shot. And I think that would be the right way. Follow your instincts. He has gone for it and he gets it. He gets his boundary, finishes off the challenge over and does it in style. The way Vishal is moving, he knows only 2 things. All or nothing. He either scores a boundary or he faces a dot ball. But he has got his 10 runs for his team with just that one single blow. The score will leapfrog from 42 to 52 now. The winner is 3rd over gets over. No, they were not trying to be greedy. They did not go for those 6 or 7 or 8. They did not want 12 or 14 or 16. Instead, they were quite happy with 10. So, a little orthodox approach being followed. Mehul Shah. Brijesh comes in for the first time. He is the 5th bowler on show now. And most of them, they have done a good job. Parag was brilliant. So was Vinay up until the last over. And he was the one who picked up the wicket. But 4 boundaries have been scored of Vinay in spite of bowling well, in spite of getting that wicket. He got the wicket at the very first ball of his 2nd over. Score is 52 now. And that's a shot below. That would be dispatch for a boundary. Easy runs. That's what he does. Uses the pace of the ball and does the job seamlessly. When you look at batsmen, you look at the batsmen, some of them, they would go for those big shots. Some of them, they will use a lot of power. The other ones, they will use a lot of technique. This guy is the one who uses the pace of the bowler. You will never find him going for those big shots. Mehul Shah instead is the man who wants the other people to do the work for him. He will just try and place the ball, use the pace of the bowler and try and be smart. He just has a vigil around the wicket, surveys the field, just sees where those fielders are, tries to place the ball in between the gaps. He tries to place those cover drives. They haven't been that good today. But he's the man who plays in covers mostly. Oh, that was deja vu. The ball might have just brushed his trousers. The umpire at the highway end is Mr. Sumit. He is a fantastic young umpire. And generally in crunch situations, big matches, he has been doing a great job. This is right on the line and length. This is good comeback by the bowler. Mehul Shah. Boundary of the first ball, the second ball just brushing off, moving towards the leg side. The next ball right on spot. Good line and length outside the off stump. First over for this man. This is nicely flicked. That's what I was talking about. Using the pace of the bowler, flicking it beautifully in between the two fielders for yet another boundary towards the square leg region. Fantastic hit by Mehul. He is trying to get into his gears now. He's just like that Kane Williamson type. The structure, the body structure, the batting technique is also similar. Kane Williamson, as I said, he starts off with a strike rate of around 100. Then he goes to 125 in the next 15 balls. And then if he stays there for the longer period, the strike rate touches to astronomical heights, 175 even. That kind of a batsman, he can fit in all types of cricket, one day, T20 and test match cricket. He was not in form, but he is coming back. His last innings of 61 was a prime example of what Kane Williamson is capable of. Mehul Shah batting in the same vein. That's a wide. So 2 boundaries in space of 4 balls. I just got the confidence of Mehul going sky high. He's trying to go for those runs now. Typically, he has been the one who has been shifting his gears from first to second to third now. Oh, that's beautiful. What a shot that is. Shot of the match for me. The first one was a leg glance. The second one was a flick toward the square leg region. This was the best of them all. A flighted cover drive. What a shot that was. Lofted cover drives. Minimum effort and maximum result. 4 runs. As artistic, as beautiful, as colorful as you can see on a cricket field. What a good shot that was. So this man, not losing much power. He hasn't shed a sweat. And he has got 3 boundaries in space of 5 balls. 65 runs on the scorecard now. This has been a good over for them. 13 runs of this over so far. But that's great work by the wicketkeeper. But wide would be the one which adds on to the total. Score moves on to 66 now. 14 runs in this over. Will he go for the boundary on the last ball? Will he be greedy? Yes, he was greedy, and greedy is never good. Oh my God. He should have been pouched. Complete misunderstanding. But that's a boundary. So the score at the end of over number 10 is 70 runs. Out of nowhere, the last 2 overs have been brilliant for them. From 42, they have shot up to 70 now. 28 runs in the last 12 balls. So 6 boundaries for Mehul Shah and 3 boundaries for Vishal Majumdar. So Vishal, if you talk about Vishal, he has just scored 1 single. He has got 3 boundaries and he has faced almost 12 deliveries. So 8 to 9 dot deliveries, but he has made up with those boundaries in the beginning. But Vishal is the one which has got fresh air to this innings now. He is the one who has got that impetus. This has got the innings moving, the scoreboard moving. The scorer who was very much slow, he was like taking rest, he was almost bored, has been put to work now with those boundaries and sixes on every possible ball. The score is 70 now. The broadcasters are 70-70. 70 for 1. And one man who is doing this broadcasting work is Shubham Shinde, who has been associated with Zooter for a long time. 70 runs on the scorecard, 70-70 the broadcasters, and also 7 groups in this team. In this league we have 7 groups, 28 teams, 68 matches, and we'll get the champion of Zooter's Presence International School Darts Tournament Season 5. And this is what he does very well. Either he scores a very good boundary or he gets beaten very badly. So 2 extremes for him. This guy, he is all or nothing. He's on 13 is Vishal. So one more dot delivery. The Digant doing a good job. Digant and Vishal, both the names suggest the same meaning, something which is huge and massive. Both trying to do a good job for their team. Digant versus three dot deliveries. So I go on the cricket field is always heard. That was a cry which he came out with, Digant, just as he missed a bold with just a whisker. So Sachin Tendulkar famously brought this in. In fact, other batsmen from the Mumbai team also do it. Surya Kumar Yadav does it very often. He is from this very same place, Chembur. The number 1 T20 batsman is from our vicinity. We should be proud of him. Oh, this is nicely done. This is his second single. He has scored 3 boundaries and 2 singles. He moves on to 14 with that single. But what a fantastic first over this has been from Digant. He is the 6th bowler to be introduced and he has done a fairly good job. In fact, great job. First 4 balls, just a single conceded. But this man, his last 3 scoring shots were 4, 4 and a 4. 3 boundaries for Mehul Shah. He is on 37 and he has hit 6 beautiful boundaries. None of them with par, all with grace and elegance. The lofted cover drive was the best of them all. He's played with soft hands. Will Vishal come in for the second one? Yes, he wanted to, but Mahib has been brilliant. He has been very good. He was fielding in the mid-off region initially. Now he has been patrolling the long on boundary and he is the one who hasn't conceded any extra run. In fact, saved a few runs. So Mahib has done a good job. First in the mid-on region, now in the long off region. Vishal goes for the big one, straight to the fielder. Good work there by the fielder in the long off region. A very good over comes to end. First 3 balls, dot deliveries. The next 3 balls, single. So 1 over and 3 runs for Digant, trying to put the break on the scoring. We are into a very, very interesting moment in this tournament, in this match. In fact, the score is 73 runs at the end of 11 overs. So fantastic over by Digant, putting a hold. Mahib comes in. He was fantastic in the field. Let's see what Mahib does with the ball in his hand. Very, very reliable fielder, has done a good job. But let's see what he does with the ball in the hand. This is going to be a crucial juncture. The next 4 overs will decide which way the match is going to deal. Right now, it's well in balance with these 2 well-set batsmen doing a good job. But this has been a good battle so far now. First few overs, 6 overs, it was all the team in red. Now JNS are fighting back. Oh, this is a fabulous shot. No one's going to stop this one. This will go like a tracer bullet, as Ravi Shastri famously says. It went like a tracer bullet. What a shot that was. On the back foot, just swung it, and that's a fantastic shot. Not an easy shot to play. With one of his feet actually hanging in air. What a good shot that was. On the up, and it was indeed one of the shots of this match. Beautiful cover drive. Went very, very rapidly. 77. That's an edge, that's an opportunity. The ball will swivel, turn, move around, and will it race away for 2 consecutive boundaries. Yes, it does. Unfortunately for Mahip, Vishal gets 2 boundaries in 2 balls. First one was a pretty decent one. That wasn't a bad ball either, which was hit beautifully for in the covers. The second one was a fortuitous boundary. Suddenly, the floodgates have opened. The team which was scoring like at the pace of a tortoise, suddenly it has become a cheetah when it comes to scoring now. 6 boundaries in the last 9 balls. He gets a short one. This is dispatch. No one's going to stop this one. This will race away towards the square leg boundary. 1, 2, 3 boundaries. One fortuitous one. Another one, a fantastic pull shot. The first one was a brilliant cover drive. So 3 boundaries. The fielder who did not do anything wrong in the field till now, Mahip, is leaking runs now. He was fantastic when it comes to fielding. But with the ball in hand, today is not his day. The first ball was a good one, where he bowled a very good off break. The second one was a brilliant one, where he could have got a wicket. But the third one was a quicker one, a short pitch delivery, and which was nicely pulled. So the boundary man, Vishal Majumdar, with 6 boundaries, 3 singles, and lot many dot deliveries, making up for his dot deliveries. This would be a single. That's his 4th single. Remember when Rohit Sharma hit that first double 100, he had scored 16 sixes. 16 sixes. Just imagine scoring 100 of just sixes. And this guy only scores boundaries, Vishal. In this innings, he has scored more number of boundaries than the singles. 4 singles and 6 boundaries for him. Mahip is a good bowler. He can make a comeback. Generally, it's not how you begin, it's how you end. Mahip can easily get one of them out. This is not good bowling. Coming under pressure. It was Vishal on one end. Now Mehul, who was very quiet and keen to play shots from his crease, trying to shuffle around, trying to make a move on. He wants to get into the party now. He wants to get his first 50 of this tournament. His mannerisms, the way he plays, almost like a top batter. This is, he wanted to play into the covers. The ball has gone to the... Oh, what a good catch that is. What a good catch. Fantastic catch. Great running catch. That's what is. It's not how you begin, it's how you end and over. So the man who did not give a chance to the opposition gives away a wicket playing a lofted shot. Now that's the irony. A very safe batsman giving his wicket away in a reckless manner. He wanted to play in the covers. The way he stands, the ball always comes into the long off region. But he has done his job. The job of an opener to give them a steady and a good start. Give confidence to the lower order, maybe the middle order. And that's what he has done. He has done a fantastic job getting those 6 boundaries and most importantly keeping his team together. And he was caught by Arpan, bowled by Mahip. That's what the scoreboard will read. And he has scored. Those 40 odd runs, maybe that would be the difference. 38, na? 38. So he has got those 37 runs in space of 31 balls. He made up for those dot deliveries which they played in the beginning part of the innings. But this is evenly poised now. Mahip, what a good comeback by the youngster. He has done his job for his team. That's what I said. He might have gone for 3 boundaries, but Mahip can get his wicket. So Manoj Bidwa is the new man in. Manoj gets a gift. Full toss, low full toss into a good work by Anshuman. The single, an eventful over comes to an end when which we saw 3 boundaries being scored off. We saw a wide, we saw a wicket, and we saw Manoj coming in. So the score at the end of over number 13, 12 is 78 runs. I beg your pardon, 88 runs. The flurry of boundaries has skyrocketed the score from 42 to 88. Imagine scoring 46 runs in the space of 4 overs.
Boosted energy, boosted life. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic.
So a series of very indifferent overs where we got a tenner, then we got an 18-run over, then we got a 3-run over, then we got a 15-run over from Mahib in which he got his wicket. So 88 runs on the scorecard at the end of 12 overs. The scoring at the rate of almost 7.5 runs per over. Playing with soft hands, Manoj trying to sneak that single. Both the openers back in hunt, but number 3 and 4 batsmen, they look good. Oh, that is nicely bowled. He was so very slow. He could have gone and parked his car and come back. So slow the ball was. That's a very big art to bowl the slower deliveries, and it takes a big heart even. This was a quicker one. That's good bowling. 3 balls of 3 different pace variations. First one was a normal one of spinner's pace. Second one was too slow, and this one was a quicker one. So good variation in pace. Score is 89 now. Oh, good bowling this has been. Digant, who bowled a fantastic first over, continuing in the same vein. He just gave away 3 runs in the first over, and this over also he has bowled fabulously. Just 1 run in the first 4 balls. Digant's variation in pace. So see, this one was too slow. This is going to go towards the mid-wicket boundary. No one's going to stop this one. Beautifully played boundary by Vishal Majumdar. The score is 83 now. I beg your pardon, 90. 93 now? 93 now. 93 runs on the scorecard. He has bowled a really good over. This would be the last ball of this over. Let's see whether he goes for the big one. Yes, Vishal will go. I thought he would go, and he has gone. 1 bounce into the square leg region. A fantastic over. Ended with 2 consecutive boundaries. Vishal is the man who is spoiling the figures of the bowlers over there. And most importantly, he is the boundary man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boundaries for Vishal and 4 singles. A very unique scorecard in which we have more number of boundaries for Vishal and less number of singles. Only thing by matching with the boundaries is the number of dot balls which he has faced. But in the space of last 9 balls, 10 balls, he has just 1 dot delivery. 97 runs. That's good going now. They scored 42 runs in the first 8 overs, and they have managed 55 runs in the last 5 overs. The first 8 going for 42, the next 5 going for 55 runs. .97 runs on the scorecard. So 14th over, the last 42 balls of this innings. Oh, he gets a full tie, he gets a gift. This will be dispatched up and over into the wideish long on region. 6 runs. You cannot be bowling those to a very strong batsman like him. He was just waiting for that. He accepted the Diwali gift. Even after Diwali, he would be very happy to get a few more of this. The score is 103. What a way to get to your 100. The way they started, I thought they have forgotten the format of the game. They just scored 30 runs, but that was good. They did not give away the wickets in the first 6 overs, and once they got their mojo, they are up and over. So right, they started with an Activa, they are riding on a KTM now. Scores 103 now. Not that a good shot. So 104. So it's the two batsmen who don't like to be tied down. They just believe in going for those big shots. Are on your screen now. One is Vishal, the other one is the batsman who has come with a clear mindset, Manoj. See the ball and hit the ball. Very clear philosophies for these two men. That's what was Virendra Sehwag's mantra of success. See the ball and hit the ball. Don't bother too much about technique. As far as the scoreboard keeps on moving, the captain's happy, the team's happy. And that has happened quite a few times. We have seen this with Vishal. He will miss out. He'll play those dot deliveries, get beaten neck and crop. And in the last 2 balls, he'll score those boundaries. Oh, that's a nice shot. On his knees, into the covers for a single. Score is 105 now. 105 for the loss of the two openers. JNS are moving along beautifully. You would have expected them to go to this score at the end of 8 overs. They have managed it and they are doing it handsomely. That is nicely bowled. This has been the pattern of this overs, last few overs. The first few balls have been really good, but the last few balls have gone for runs. Here instead it started with a sixer and the bowler has made a comeback. I think the last ball of the last few overs have been dispatched for 6 boundaries. Will this one go? He tries to go for this big one. Yes, that series is stopped now, getting a boundary of the last ball. But they give away a brace. This is not good. So with that misfield, at the end of over number 14, the score is 107 for the loss of 2 wickets. So the opening bowler, Anshuman Agarwal, AA, who bowled brilliantly, comes in. And this would be very, very important. A wicket here would put the JNS on the back foot. But a big over from here will just put the impetus for the last 5 over show. Generally in T20 cricket nowadays, the last 5 overs are the ones which the momentum changes. Indian cricket team used to follow the last 4 overs. Previously it used to be last 3 overs when Mahendra Singh Dhoni played. Last few years it has been the last 4 overs in which they change gears. But now most teams start hitting after the end of 15 overs. The last 30 balls are the ones which are merry-making time. The last 5 overs are the ones in which you see maximum boundaries being hit. It's a make or break time. He wanted to go in covers, the ball took the outside half of the bat. So Anshuman bowled brilliantly. He has taken the mantle of restricting these two batsmen. This is what a great leader does. He was the leader of the pack in bowling. He has taken up the challenge to get these two batsmen out. Now that's for Toros. That will race away towards the boundary. It would be very difficult to stop this one. In fact, it beats the fielder easily. Another lucky boundary. No fault of Anshuman's. This was very well bowled. But one thing these two guys have done, they have got a lot of positivity. They have got this innings up and going, and they are scoring at a fairly good clip now. Again, this will also race away towards the boundary. Yes, 2 boundaries in 2 balls. Not that good piece of fielding, but he made an effort. Not easy to stop those balls which go at a very high speed. Anshuman would not be happy with that effort. So 2 balls flying off the edges. First one was a good ball. This wasn't that great ball as far as Anshuman's concerned. But Anshuman has it in him to pick those wickets. He can easily pick one of them, if not both. This is going to be a crucial over now. 2 boundaries they have got. They shouldn't be greedy. Oh, he goes for it again. This is nice. The third man has been pushed back. Vanity is the better part of valor, they say. Instead of trying to be too brave, he has placed the man where 2 boundaries were considered. This is good captaincy. So 9 runs on the first 4 balls from Anshuman. 116 is what they have reached. That's outside the off stump. A little 50-50 decision. Anshuman not happy. Well kept by the wicketkeeper. He is standing in close and taking those quicker deliveries also easily. Oh, that is wire, very well bowled and equally well kept. The keeper hasn't done a mistake at all in this innings. He hasn't let go anything past him. That's always a good sign. Generally, the keepers are noticed only when they do mistakes, they say. An umpire, a keeper, has a thankless job. They are only noticed when they do some mistakes. He has done a good job. The wicketkeeper has to be applauded for his efforts. Anshuman trying to buy a wicket. He's bowling with variations. Oh, that is nicely bowled. Equally well. This is good batting. They understand Anshuman is a dangerous bowler. No point trying to hit him. They have got 2 boundaries. They are not trying to be greedy now. Vishal understands the dynamics of this game very well. The score at the end of over number 15 is 119 for the loss of 2 opening batsmen.
Boosted energy, boosted her life. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic.
So Akshay coming in. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bowler on show now. They have used 8 bowlers. Very rarely do we see this many bowlers being tried out, but they have done a fairly good job. You would not find a bowler who has been very weak or something. Everyone was useful, and they have done a fairly good job. But one man who has done a good job for his team is right on your screen. The man with the white hat on, Vishal Mujumdar. There was one Mumbai batsman, Amol Mujumdar, who was very unlike him. Amol Mujumdar believed in those singles. He was one of the most technically sound batsmen, the highest scorer for Mumbai in Ranji cricket was Amol Mujumdar. And here we have another Mujumdar who does not believe in singles more. He just believes in hitting the ball hard. He has a decent technique though. Vishal is not the one who is just swinging the ball agriculturally. He has a very good technique, but he also goes for those power shots. He wanted to hit it down the ground. The ball took the inside of the bat, going for a single in the square leg region. So 120 is what the score is now. Akshay bowling the very important 16th. This is where power hitting starts. They try and start hitting from the 15th, 16th, 16th, 17th over. 18th over they try and go big. 19th and 20, the batsmen, if they have wickets in hand, they can go crazy. But generally, if you get wickets, the last 2 overs cannot go for plenty. Oh, what a good shot that is. What a brilliant shot that is. Off to the back foot. And the man who was just hitting those with his broad shoulders on the leg side plays a fantastic back foot drive into the offside. What a shot that was. Not an easy shot to play when you are a bottom-handed player, when you are always on the front foot trying to hit those big booming shots onto the leg side, those big heaves. When you show some class on the offside, it's always good. In lawn tennis, when we say it's not your forehand, your backhand, how good it is, that decides how good a player you are. Here also, your offside play decides how good a player you are. And he has, this is what he is good at, smacking them down the leg side. So Manoj, after hitting that wonderful boundary, gives it to his mate on the other side. He goes for the big one in the cow corner region. This will just fall short of the fielder over there for a single. They are trying to take a move on. They are going in the right direction though. They have got 7 runs in this over so far. And still a couple of balls remaining. Oh, that was beautifully bowled. He was completely flummoxed, was the batsman. Was beaten in the flight. This takes courage to give flight to the ball. So 8 runs in this over. 127 runs. So 127 for 2. The game is evenly poised. So another 37 runs from here, when we take 9.25 runs per over, will get them close to 175 or 160, 175 to be precise. And that would be a good score. In fact, 165. Beg your pardon. Oh, so 10 runs per over from here will take them to 167. 9 runs from over from here, they will take it to 163. They would be aiming something around 10 to 11 runs per over. What a shot that is, but has he timed it well? No, just falling short. The idea was good, the execution wasn't. And with this single, the score will move on to 1-9 now. This has been a fantastic over. Good over so far from Digant. Digant has always begun well, except for his last 2 balls of the previous over going for 2 balls. This was beautifully bowled, equally well dug out. Fantastic bowling by this off spinner. Every time in his over, the first 3 balls have been gone for very little. Only the last 2 balls of the previous over, he gave away those 2 boundaries. Other than that, this man has been really good. This is so very well bowled. A couple of runs added to the total. Fantastic bowling by Digant. Yes, there were one lucky boundary in his bowling. Other than that, he just gave away one bad ball. And he's got lot many dot deliveries. Bowling at the fag end of the innings and bowling it so well. Oh my god, Ravichandran Ashwin, Josh Butler. And he's given him out. He gets his man. Oh my god. That's what the rule says. You cannot leave the crease. Oh, he has done the Ravichandran Ashwin over there. And he's not a happy man. Is he Manoj? Dekh lunga tumhe. Just wait and watch. Next time we meet each other, I'm going to smash you for few sixes. That's what he says. That's what just Josh Butler reaction was when he was out. Remember, India versus England. Remember, this is called a run out nowadays now because the rules have changed. The rules have changed now. They don't call it man cutting. They call it run out. He gets out in the form of run out. Does Manoj? So 132 is what the score is on which the third wicket falls. It was a fantastic partnership of 45 runs. New man in is Manish Parikh. Manoj departs from the non-strikers end. Deepti Sharma did it against the English. And the batter, I don't remember her name, but she was run out in that form. Yeah, that's what Shravan has reminded me. It was Charlotte Dean and she was seen in tears, missing out on her half century and also the win. What a shot that is. This will sway away. This is some good. Oh my god, just as I was saying, Parag has done a good job. He had to bend over. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. 4 runs added to the total. The score moves on to 136 now. As per the new ICC rules, they do not call it a man-cut wicket now. They call it a run out. October 1st, many new rules came into force. A new batsman, even if the batsman is caught out, if he has change ends, the new batsman comes in to face the first ball at the fall of the wicket. I don't know, but maybe Shushruth sir also would be following the same. All international rules are applicable in this tournament except for the bouncers rule. We are swaying away from it because we are not here to hurt anyone. We are here to play some pure cricket. But one twist to the rules we have challenge over because that adds fun to the tournament. Oh, this is nicely done. He can almost walk and get that run. A couple of runs added to the total. So after that run out, it has sparked some urgency in JNS now. Just that fire which was needed. So that needle helps them to get some quick runs. It will be welcome for them. So some needle between these two teams now. They played in a very high spirits, good spirit, but we need to have some moments of suspense and drama also in between, some thrillers in between. And that's always appreciated in sports. Some tooth and nail fight. Goes down. Oh, that was almost held. It came on a little too slow for him. He thought the ball would just go past him. He made an attempt to put a hand in between. It was almost stuck in his hand. What a shot this is. Up and over into the cover. The ball will swivel, turn, move and go for a very, very crucial boundary. Manoj has left, but the new man in, Manish Parikh, MP, has done a good job. That's a good comeback by the bowler. With the single, the score moves on to 143 now. 143 is what they have managed. It has been an innings of stop and stutter. There have been flurry of boundaries in between, lot many dot deliveries. But one man who is going great guns is the man on your screen. That's Vishal Majumdar. They have shown some good signs in fielding. They have done some misfields even. Vishal, he moves on to 49 now. He'll have an opportunity to get his half century in just 38 balls. 37 balls, 49 he's. And he has scored 9 boundaries. move 144 at the end of 18 overs. Digant has bowled really well. He has come in to bowl those pressure overs and he has bowled well. But he would be up against a batsman who is on 49. And he cleans him up on 49. This is so very unfortunate. One batsman, Kunal Mehta, was out on 49 today. We got Kunal Chugh, who was stranded on 99. He gets out on 49, unfortunately. Gets out on 49, but was a brilliant innings. 38 ball, 49 for him with 9 boundaries. Has put the impetus on the scoring. And somebody, when he's reminding him that he has just got off one shot of that half century, he would be kicking himself. 49 runs for the batsman with white hat. Digant has been the star bowler for me for this team. Digant along with Anshuman Agarwal have done a good job. Anshuman was taken for a few runs in the last over, but he has done a fairly good job. Akshay Dani, Anshuman Agarwal, Vinay. So 144 for 4 now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Amit Dugar.
Amit comes in now. Oh, this is fiercely hit. This will race away towards the long off region. Now these two batsmen, they have to find few boundaries now. They have to get close to 165 somehow. This is a very indifferent shot. The ball will. Oh, what a good effort that is! Fantastic fielding effort. He saved 2 runs. In fact, the third run was a possibility. Mehul does not want to give away strike. He is one greedy friend of yours who would always like to keep batting on. Always, all of us remember our childhood days. We all used to love batting and always wanted to keep strike. He is one of them. He just wants to keep strike for this thing, but this time he will be taken easily. Good catching. Those high catches been pouched easily. He gets out. He gets his man.
Thank you, sir.
Arpan takes a good catch. So great bowling. 5th wicket down now on the score of 148. So the score which was heading towards 165, 170 has been stalled by some great bowling. That's what we said. The 19th and the 20th overs are the one in which the batsmen try to go crazy, but that can be halted with a lot of wickets. Generally, the last over, either it goes for 14, 15, 16 runs, or most of the times it goes for just 3-4 runs. And this is the case. 19th over, which has been proving to be a nemesis for Indian cricket team, where we used to give away 20, 21 runs. Digant should be given that responsibility every time this team comes into bowl now. He has bowled a fantastic over, but things can change. New man in Harish. Oh, this is brilliant bowling. What a fantastic penultimate over this is. 19th over, and he is bowling a brilliant over. Yeah, just 4 runs in this over. Brilliant bowling. 5 runs in the 19th over. If they happen to get a single, the man slipped and tripped, and just a single. Fantastic 19th over. Brilliant bowling by Digant. Has put up a good show for his team. The score is 149 now. First match 246 runs were scored. The second match 153 runs were scored. And in this match we are on 149. They started off slowly. The middle part, the over number 8 to 14 was brilliant one. But after over number 15 to 19, this has been the other way round now. The team in red is fighting back strongly. The beginning, it all belonged to the team in red. The middle part, JNS were very strong. And in the latter half of the innings, the team in red bouncing back. So if it is divided into 3 sections, 2 sections have been won by the team in red. But still it is not over. The last over still remains. And these 2 batsmen have to make hay now. They need to find few boundaries. Just as we see the sun setting in, the batsman should rise to the occasion. Oh, this is nicely done. This will bounce straight to the fielder for a single. They're doing it safely. Though these 2 teams, they seem to be the traditional ones. They want to take the safer route. They do not go for the heroics. They try to be safe for the team. 150 up now. Last 5 balls. Will they come close to 160? This is brilliant bowling. He gets his man stumped out. So Anshuman, who bowled very good first 2 overs, comes back and bowls the 19th, 18th and the 20th over. It's always difficult to bowl those overs, and he has taken up the challenge. Anshuman Agarwal does it for his team. 150 runs. This is going to be a very good encounter. It's not always big hitting or maybe getting a lot of wickets which actually entertains you. It's always those close encounters. So not always an Australia New Zealand encounter is interesting. An Australia Afghanistan encounter is interesting. An encounter between Afghanistan and Ireland can also be interesting. An encounter between India and Pakistan can be interesting. Only when the two teams fight tooth and nail, that contest everybody wants to view. And this is going to be a contest. Take my word, this is going to be a very good match. And the kids watching back home, just see how the dads are performing under pressure. It's not that they are in and out practicing every day. They do the job for themselves, they do the job for your family, and they're playing for your school team here now. 150 runs on the scorecard. Last 4 balls, Anshuman has been really good. He has led from front. Oh, this is brilliant bowling. Last 3 balls, he hasn't conceded a single run. And what he does, he bowls his off cutters using high arm action and just pushes it in. Trying to bowl, this one would be a much quicker one. He bowls those quick off spinners. See, that's what I was talking about. Very, very quick. He hasn't conceded a run yet. This would be a leg bye. So last 4 balls, he has bowled those dot deliveries. He hasn't conceded a run. That's a very rarity to see. Fantastic, brilliant last over. First match 246 was the target. Second match 154 was the target. And this match they have come to 151. Not a single conceded off the bat in the last over. And that's a good shot down the ground. First run conceded off the bat in the last over. That's good fielding. That would be run out number 2. Another wicket falls. It has been loads and loads and loads of wickets in the last few overs. Everyone gets an opportunity.
Throw by. Thank you.
So Mahib, who was brilliant all throughout the day, doing great fielding. His effort bears fruit and gets him a wicket for his team.
Thank you, sir.
The last ball of the last over of the first innings.
1 plus runner.
Score is
Jbcn.
151 now. Just 2 runs conceded. In fact, one of the bat. Fantastic last over. Irrespective of if it goes for a boundary or 6, this has been a great over by Anshuman Agarwal. He has been brilliant indeed. But JNS, they have fought well. After just 30 runs in the first 6 overs, the next few overs they batted really well. But the team in red have managed to peg them back. He cleans him up. What an over! 1 over, 1 run and a wicket in this over along with the run out. So 2 wickets falling in this over and just 2 runs conceded. One of the bat, one of the leg by. Fantastic over comes to an end. 152 is the target which they have set for JBCN. The JNS, after a stutter and stop and some brilliant batting in between, have faltered at the end, but they have set up a total which can be defended and a fighting total. So we'll be back just after a break. is what the target is. 154 is what in the second match. 152 is what the target is. JNS versus JBCN. So Nagesh will start off. Left arm over the wicket. He starts off with an angle. So wide to begin with. The target is 152 runs. It's Akshay on strike, Arpan on the non-striking, and Nagesh with the first over. The turn round the corner. So that new ball will always give you that extra zip and spice. But this has been a very fair wicket. Very rarely do we sign the ball moving around. It's very difficult to purchase anything from the wicket. That's a very true wicket. A true wicket for a T20 encounter in which you can go for your shots. So bowlers have to rely on change of pace and the length and line of the ball. This is outside off stump, rightly called a wider. 50-50 call going the batsman's way. The 2 runs on the scorecard, 2 wides. First it was a wide, then again a beautiful ball, then again slightly outside the off stump. So Nagesh trying to find his line right. He has got his length right though against Akshay. Oh, he is trapped right in front. Maybe the ball sliding down the leg side. That's what the umpire suggests. It's always very difficult to get LBW from a left armer bowling over the wicket against a right hander because the ball has to come back in. That's what they say. And good call by the umpire. The ball pitching outside the leg stump. And once it pitches outside the leg stump, the LBW goes out of the equation. That's what they say. This is nicely done. Good bowling. What a good start this has been. In spite of those 2 wide balls, the other balls have been right on spot. So some good discipline being displayed by both the teams. They were slightly circumspect, the JNS, at the start of the innings. They missed out on few boundary scoring opportunities. But Nagesh is not giving them loose balls. Akshay has to get his own. He has to get some good shots on his own. This is good bowling. Confident looking bowler. It's generally the other way around. Indian cricket, you must have seen the batsmen with shortish height and the bowlers from the opposition with tall bowlers. It is the other way around in this encounter. The bowler is an average height bowler, but he's bowling with his out and against a batsman who is very tall. Oh, that is beautiful bowling by Nagesh. Putting everything for his team. He hasn't conceded a run off the bat. 2 wides is what he has given away, but he has bowled the other balls in right areas. Absolutely right length, and he's extracting that good bounce. It's a wicket where you bend your back, you'll get that nice bounce and carry. It has got good pace in it. You need to bend your back. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. So first runs of the bat, Akshay opens his account. The score is 3 runs. The Zinger bells have moved on, but the batsman was well in. The score is 3 runs at the end of over number 1. 1 run to Akshay and he would be on strike. So Akshay and Arpan, the 2 opening batsmen. Akshay starts off with a single. It's a good over by Nagesh, starting off well for his team. 152 runs. The first 6 overs will make or break for them. If they get a couple of wickets in the first 6 overs, JNS would be very strong. The score is 3. 3 at the end of over number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, in this very beautiful scenic surroundings in the heart of Mumbai, Midtown, Sain Chunabhatti area, this is Somaiya Cricket Ground. One of the beautiful ground you will find. You have some very good grounds all around Mumbai, but in the heart of this cement concrete, this beautiful green spot is the place where every cricketer would love to play. Fantastic outfield, green lush outfield, absolutely spotless when it comes to the outfield over here. No bad bounce at all. I haven't seen or witnessed any ball being bouncing in an different manner. That's always good for a fielding unit. And also, you get full value for your shots if you play some good shots. The ball races away. Oh, that is outside the off stump. That was slightly marginal. But umpires have been consistent. They have given the right calls.
Good evening, sir. खूप बिझी शेड्यूल आहे. पुरुषोत्तम मग उद्या दोन्ही मॅच दिवस दिले पुरुषोत्तम. हां यार.
Oh, this is good work by the fielder at point. The fielders are ably supporting the bowlers. That is so good to see. So 2 balls that could have been prospected. Boundaries have been stopped very well by the fielder at point. He has been alert over there. Generally, your best fielder actually fields at that point, your backward point, that region. Yuvraj Singh did it for India for many years. Jonty Rhodes, Mohammad Kaif, and Virat Kohli. What a pickup shot this is. Beautifully done using the pace of the ball. Hoiked and hoiked beautifully by Akshay. A pickup shot using the pace of the bowler fetches him the first boundary, in fact the first sixer of the innings. What a shot that was. On the rise, picked up and beautifully deposited towards his playing area. In fact, his players were sitting over there in that arrangement, the players dugout.
वाईट डॉट 6 मध्ये किती बघायला
The score is 9. In fact, the score is 10 now. Oh, this is fortuitous. This is heading straight towards the commentator's region. Gets a boundary. One flick into the square leg region and then delicately done into the third man region. 2 good shots using the pace of the bowler. First one flicked towards the square leg region. Another one just crafted beautifully into that empty third slip region. So with this, the score moves on to 14 now.
दोनों मैच अच्छा हुआ. टाइमिंग पे एकदम.
Jai seems to be a very good bowler, but he's taken for runs now. He's a fantastic bowler. One such bowler, if I remember, was Ajit Agarkar. He was one of the best bowlers for Mumbai and for India. He used to bowl with a lot of pace, but the Indian cricket team wasn't that good at fielding when he used to bowl. He was the fastest one to get 50 wickets. He was one of the fastest one to get 100 wickets in T20, in one day international as well. But he used to leak a lot of runs because he used to always go for wickets.
टीम का मैच है.
Nicely pulled. This will race away for the third boundary of the innings. And this over 6 followed by 2 fours. First it was a flick into the fine leg region. Then again a beautifully crafted shot into the third man region. And this was just a wrist work into the square leg region.
पहले मैच का स्कोर सुने क्या? 246.
18 runs on the scorecard now.
ओजस और चग ने दोनों ने सेंचुरी. चग ने सेंचुरी नहीं डाला. 99 पे नॉट आउट था. ओजस ने सेंचुरी डाला 108.
So 18 runs on the scorecard, 15 runs in the first over. He is much better bowler than those figures suggest. He might just make a comeback with few wickets. He goes for a slower delivery into the covers, and his over is done and dusted. That's what he would be giving a sigh of relief now. 16 runs in this over, 19 runs on the scorecard. Nagesh Wag started off brilliantly with conceding just 3 runs in his first over. He has to find a wicket. Only way to stop this guy, Akshay, is to pick his wicket. There have been 19 runs scored in this innings, of which 16 are Akshay's runs and 3 runs are of extras. Now 16 runs for the man on strike. And he has faced all those 12 balls. That's a wide. His strike rate was 16 at first 6 balls, and it has rocketed to almost 160 in the next over. He scored 15 in the next 6. First 6 balls he just scored 1 run, and the next 6 balls he scored 16 of them. So that is brilliant batting by Akshay. The tail of 2 overs for him. What a shot this is. As good a shot as you can say. Beautifully crafted. This will race away that fielder towards the boundary. Fantastic work. Brilliant work by the fielder. Running it all the way towards the boundary and stopping a certain boundary. This, if they win by a run or so, they would remember this fielding effort. What a beautiful shot that was. Beautiful flow of the bat. I thought he had timed it well, but he did not take the sweeter part of the bat that it may appear. And the score is 22 now. 4 runs in this over. Nagesh Wagh. That's beautifully done. This will race away towards the boundary. Again, the fielder doing a good job. And this would be the first ball which Arpan faces. Arpan is like the person who sits on the backside of your two-wheeler. He has to just sit over there. Now it is the time for him to take charge now. Meanwhile, the man who was in charge, he faced almost every ball which was possible, was Akshay. He gets his opportunity in the 3rd over. In fact, the 5th ball of the 3rd over. Man on strike. Arpan for the very first time. And was it's been declared as a wide. Maybe going over the stumps? No, down the leg side. Umpires have been really good and consistent. Sumit on one side, Birjes sir on other. Sumit is a youngster who does a fine job. Talking about young umpires, as I said, Simon Toffel started off early, retired the earliest. 5 times he was ICC Umpire of the Year. And he retired at the age of 42. So just imagine what brilliant career he must be having. So it's not always the age, it's not always the experience. At times your brilliance also works, but experienced umpires are always good. Remember David Shepherd, remember Billy Bowden. You would remember their decisions very quiet and calm. So umpires also have made their name in the history. This was bowled with a different action. So changing the position of the wrist. Nagesh trying to just buy a wicket from somewhere. The score is 24. He has conceded 4 runs in this over. He has bowled brilliantly. Let's see whether he can pack it with a wicket. That's down the leg side. He has conceded 1, 2, 3, 4 wides in space of these 2 overs. Trying to get the batsmen bowled out or trying to cram them. And in the process, he has given away few wides. The way he bowls, from where I can see, he is not the traditional bowler who goes with an angle, goes away from the out stump. Instead, he tries to cram the batsman. In the process, he's giving away a few runs in form of wides. Oh, that's played with soft hand. Nagesh Wagh finishes off well. He has given away a lot of wides, but he has kept it quiet. And 6 runs in this over. 6 runs in this over so far. The last ball. Will Arpan get his first run off the bat? He's yet to open his account. Arpan still not able to open the account. So score at the end of over number 3 is 25 runs for no loss. $19 runs for Akshay. 6 runs in the form of wides. And Arpan yet to open his account. Partnership which is accounted. Even the umpires, they work in tandem. After every 4 balls, you would see them indicating towards each other. A couple of balls remaining. If it is halfway, they just put their hands towards the waist just to say 3 balls are done and dusted. And they do it if something happens in between, maybe a run out check or something which happens. The umpire may miss the count of the ball, so they just confirm with each other. So this is what happens between the 2 umpires. Even the edge, the leg umpire would just put his hand on his hand and just indicate whether it's an edge or the ball has fallen short or something like that, so that the umpire at the main end would declare it as a wide or a catch, whatever is the possibility. So this is how they work in partnerships. So partnerships are very important in life, while batting and also while umpiring. These two umpires, one very experienced one and one youngster who is doing a fine job. White ball being declared. Concentration for keepers are important, batsmen are important, and so even the umpires. Umpires, wicket keepers cannot drop focus. That's outside the off stump. That's a wide again. One thing it has to be said, even if your bats bowler has gone for a few runs, you should be persisting with him. 2007 World Cup, Zaheer Khan started off brilliantly, and in the finals, in the first over, he gave away 14-15 runs. Saurav Ganguly did not try him again. That was the only mistake I feel Saurav Ganguly did, not trying Zaheer Khan again in the final after the first over, and we lost very badly against Australia in that. Just take example of yesterday's match against New Zealand. Both Tim Southee and the other Santner, these two bowlers were taken for 13-14 runs in the first 2 overs. He still gave them the next few overs, and the next 2 overs they got a lot many wickets. So that's how the trust in your fielders can help you to win matches, and that's the difference actually. Even if your main bowler goes for runs, persist with him, have faith in him. I feel Jay is a very good bowler. He may have given a few runs, but he had a potential of taking a few wickets. This wide has been hampering them a lot, and most wides are outside the off stump. The strategy of bowling outside the off stump, keeping out away from the leg stump where your fielders are placed, can always bring you those wide deliveries. The score is 29 now, 29 runs in pursuit of 152. It is a brilliant start by Akshay, Arpan and the extras. This is too wide. Something which is called as a rhythm is very important in bowling and batting. If you lose your rhythm, you lose everything. It's always like music. If you lose your rhythm, you're not going to perform. If you want to bowl well, you need to have good rhythm. One bowler who was very good and rhythmic bowler was the bowler Michael Houlding. Very smooth run up, very simple and straight. This is nicely done. Finally, he's getting his line and length right. And it happens generally when you have a lot of white balls in that over. There is a strong possibility the batsman might just lose his concentration and give away his wicket. Akshay is smart though. He is not going to give away his wicket easily. He understands he has got a lot of runs of whites. He will not give it away. He just bowls one good ball. Oh, that's a very good shot. Using a lot of room outside on offer gets him 4 runs. It's always said, you do not give room to the batsman, and when you give such a lot of room, and that too in the first 6 overs, you are bound to be punished. A lot of room was on offer and was taken. But that's a good idea. Generally, if the ball is outside the off stump quite a lot, you try and go for those big cuts or big shots, because even if you lose, you're going to get a wide, and if you make good connection, you're going to get runs. And it's said, if you cut hard. A beautiful back foot drive straight to the fielder. There are shots which give you runs, some bad shots will give you boundaries, but some good shots like this may not give you runs. So that's always in life. You do some good work, you don't get rewarded, and you get rewarded at times for doing little work also. So that's what is life. That's what is cricket even. So it gets balanced out. Meanwhile, one man who is completely tilting the balance in their favor is Akshay. Akshay has scored all the runs. Arpan is just giving him good company. This is beautifully done. No one's going to stop this one. This will race away towards the square leg, fine leg boundary, and 4 runs. Beautifully picked up shot. Those has been there, his scoring areas. He picked up a beautiful sixer in the second over. This one was easily done. It's more to do with the length and line of the ball. If you miss out on your line, you are going to get punished. First boundary, it was quite outside the off stump. This is always a gift. When it's on the pads, you just have to make little connection and the ball will race away towards that region, because there are very few fielders which are stationed over there. So he just had to beat a solitary man which is in the square leg region, and he got his boundary. It's a one-man army for him right now. This is poor ball. This has to be punished. Is punished, and very very poor ball. Got what it deserved. He did not go for a big sixer. Instead, he thought just make a connection, get boundary. Look at the fielders' body language. They are not happy. When you're bowling short, you don't have to have long off and long on. You can have a square leg. You can have a third man back, and you can bowl those outside off stump deliveries if you want to. You can always have a long off and long on when you're pitching the ball up. But once you're not pitching the ball up, no point having long off and long on back. You can have that courage, get long off and long on in, get them in the circle, and go for your deliveries. Again, long off being pushed back, square leg being stationed. So I don't know what the strategy is. And he'll bowl a ball outside the off stump. That's what I was talking about. So he's having a different field and a different bowling effort.
42.
There's 42 runs on the scorecard. Kailash Tadil sir comes in. He is one of our senior most umpires in almost all Zooters tournaments. He is the man who has been officiating all throughout Mumbai in all big major leagues, right from those age tournaments and also corporate tournaments, also tournaments of MCA. He has been
Boosted energy, boosted life. INC iconic enersal, energize. INC iconic enersal, energize. INC iconic, INC iconic, INC iconic, INC iconic.
still to open his account. But one thing has to be appreciated for this man. He is not bothered about his personal glory. He is satisfied. Akshay is doing well. Arpan is not taking any chances. In fact, he has got very little balls to face. Just 5. He might just get his first boundary in the next few balls. He tries to go for the big one. This can. Oh my god. He has crammed up.
काय बोलणार आहे?
42 runs on the scorecard.
काय तिकडे बसतो का जरा? एनर्झॉन नाही आहे रे आपल्याकडे.
He is cramped up again. He cannot take chances. He is not well. Nagesh Wagh. That will aggravate his injury. He needs to take a break.
परत लागला काय? परत लागला?
Cramp.
क्रॅम्प आला. क्रॅम्प डेंजर आहे.
One thing has to be said. You need to hydrate yourself. Cramps can happen if you don't warm up your body, and also if there is less amount of water in your body. So keep yourself hydrated. Drink sufficient water. Lack of water can always lead to this. Remember one famous player who died a few years back. He was one of the prolific scorers. From Australia, he played in the Chennai Test, played in that famous tight test, and he was dehydrated, almost lost 3 to 4 kgs in those 3 to 4 days. Audience, for you to remember, he is one of the greatest ever one-down batsmen to have played for Australia. He was a very good commentator, a dashing, flamboyant batsman. Let me see if you remember his name. He crammed up, he vomited, We are into the 7th over. 152 is the target, 99 runs to get off those last 14 overs. So 84 balls, 90 runs to be precise. JNS would like to widen that gap between the number of runs needed and the balls remaining. Ideally, they would like to have a couple of wickets, if not more. So if they want to win this one, there is only one way now. They need to pick wickets just to hold them, get those quick economical overs in. They need to get this fielding sorted out. So the first 6 overs are done and dusted. So the fielding is readjusted. Third man. They need a good over. They need a good effort from Amit. They need Amit to fire. So Amit has begun well. This is where things would change. They need a good over from Amit. They need a few wickets. The bowler who tries to take the ball away, they say, he goes for an in-swinger. This is racing towards the covered boundary. Using the big foot. Oh my god, even he has crammed up. When you stop in a very difficult situation, this can happen. The player's condition is more important rather than whether it's a boundary or not, because he landed very abruptly, not with the bother with the foot with which he stopped the ball, but the other foot was in some pain because it landed awkwardly. Maybe a cramp can happen. This can happen when you go to the other side of 30s, maybe in the latter part. When you're trying to put maximum for your team and this changing weather conditions, this can happen. The days are slightly on the humid hotter side, and when you are into the evening, it starts to cool down. This is that part of the time. Generally, it's very cool here all throughout the year. The temperatures are not that low. It is slightly warm even in the evening today.
Boosted energy, boosted life. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic, iron say iconic, iron say iconic.
So keep yourself hydrated. That would be clearly said. Also, one of our beverage partners, Energal, and which clearly suggests do not go for those caffeine drinks. Do not go for the soft drinks. Instead, drink some juices, some water, and product Energal. Keep yourself hydrated. Just the underlying statement. Keep the water content in your body going. So, no, keep your body sufficiently hydrated because you need to rehydrate yourselves time and again. Now back to live action. Oh, this is nicely done into the cover, same direction, different fielder, different result, just a single. But that position is going to be important. The way he bowls, he takes the ball away. Most of his balls are going away. He is the bowler who tries to get the ball away, tries to swing the ball. And if he's a bowler of that kind, he needs to have a very good fielder into the cover point region. And also, he needs to have somebody taking those edges because he can give you those wickets. Again, ball lofted and driven in the same direction. That is very heavily trafficked area.
तिकडे तर नाही तर कोणाला बोलू ओढू का होती पण तिकडे सगळे तिकडेच आहेत.
So 57 runs on the scorecard. They need to stop those singles coming in. They can and strengthen that part of the field by adding one more fielder over there. They need to stop those singles from going away that easily. He's the bowler who can put the brake on the scoring. But what not with this kind of bowling. With not this kind of bowling. Every other ball he bowled in the right line and length. This was a poor ball. Just giving away those 4 runs after bowling some good over. He concedes an easy boundary.
हां 62 7 ओव्हर.
So 62 runs on the scorecard, 9 runs courtesy of that last ball boundary. They are up and roaring, are the JBCNs. JNS have to pull up their socks. They need to get a few wickets. Otherwise, this is going to be a one-sided affair. This is going to be an easy chase. They're just 80 runs away now. 80 runs needed in 78 balls. The difference between the number of balls remaining and number of runs to be scored is just 2 now. It started off with a difference of 32. Instead of widening that gap, JNS have not been able to put the brakes on the scoring, and the gap has just come down to 2 runs. So 78 runs, 78 balls and 80 runs to win now. So asking rate is just 6 runs per over.
थँक यू सर नोटेड.
Harish comes into ball. They need to have 4 into in the circle. Yeah, they have got 4. Fine leg. Then fielder at point. Short third man. And player in the covers. That's nicely bowled. Generally the spinners, the leg spinners will give you a lot of wickets. They can be expensive, but they can give you wickets. This is their gamble. They need to find a wicket. They need to buy a wicket. Not by bowling short deliveries. Not by bowling some quicker balls. Instead, give flight. Ask them to go for those big shots down the ground. Some dropping shoulders. They need to get some inspiration, some motivation, some good effort in the field, some quick wickets. Instead, these two guys are doing it a merry way. Akshay Precisely, he's the one who's doing all the damage. Akshay, he's on 46 of 30 deliveries, 7 boundaries and a big sixer. His first scoring shot was a sixer. He plays it with soft hand, moves on to 47. They need some energy, they need some motivation, they need to support each other. Once you are down and out, that is the time you need some inspiration, some good bowling performance, some good catching. Maybe Harish would be the one. Harish bowled a very good first ball, the very next ball he dropped it short. That's nicely bowled. So irrespective of that one bad ball, he has bowled a fantastic over. Just one bad delivery has spoiled the over, but he has come back very well in this over. He may have given away a boundary, but he has bowled the other balls right on spot. Just like that. A good over comes to an end. The score at the end of over number 8 is 68 runs. 6 runs were conceded in this over, barring that one bad ball in which a boundary was scored. He bowled a really good over. 68 without loss. They need 84 more runs to win this one. In fact, made slightly miscalculated previously. It was 78 balls, 90 runs, and I beg your pardon. It was not 80. It was 90 runs needed. Now, if I give you the correct figures, now you can rely on my mathematics for this time. 72 balls in which to get 84 runs. It was a slight mistake previously when I just said it is 78, 80 of 78. It was 78 balls, 90 runs. I just get myself corrected. It is 84 runs needed in the next 72. The difference between the number of balls and runs to be scored, 12. Oh, this is not good bowling. This has to be a no ball. It bounced twice and also it was outside that crease. So 2 counts it would be declared as a no ball. Once it pitches outside that pitch, I think it may have pitched inside the pitch. But if it bounces twice, it is declared as a no ball. So no ball for the ball being bounced twice. A leg spinner. The way he moves in, just remember one bowler in history, Shane Warne. He used to move in like that. Trying to emulate him. But the most important factor for any leg spinner is the length of the ball. Very difficult to bowl wrist spin and get that length right. It's a very difficult art. Very few bowlers can manage. Leg spin is a difficult art. I see, short in length. This is not generally very initially when Adam Zampa started, he used to drop a lot of short balls and used to have this first fielder, the sweeper, and the long the square leg used to be deep, and as soon as he used to get into the rhythm, he used to get them in. So for the first few balls, the leg spinners always found it difficult to bowl those right length. Once he gets his line right, the length right, he's going to be dangerous. The leg spinners, once they get the length right, are very dangerous. Yes, just like that. But a good ball is being dispatched for a very, very crucial boundary. The length was right, the shot was even better. That's what happens. Short balls were not disposed for a boundary. A good one was manufactured, engineered, fabricated for a well-struck boundary. So he gets his 50, thus Akshay. He's 51 and he has got 8 boundaries. 51 of 32 balls. A very, very healthy strike rate of 159.38 to be precise. So strike rate of 160 and in the chase of 152 has just tilted the odds completely in the favor of the team in red now. They are down, but they are still not out, the JNS. They should believe that they can win this one. They can make a comeback in this one. Right now, Jbcn looking all set to win this comfortably. This is good bowling. This is an opportunity, but this would be just over the ropes. What a shot that is. Minimum effort and maximum result. That's what they call pure timing. There wasn't brute strength. There wasn't muscle. The ball was right. He had to go for that flighted deliveries. If you want to get wickets, you want to flight the ball. But the batsman was one notch better and he easily cleared those ropes. But he was in business, the bowler. He could have got the wicket. They have to take those chances. Meanwhile, this man is making merry. His second six of the innings. He moves on to 57. They are making lightweight of this chase now. 81 runs. They just need 71 now. JNS should believe that they can come back. They need to pick a few wickets now. This man is very good in technique though. This man on strike, Arpan, he has held one end together. The score at the end of over number 9 is 82. For no loss, they need exactly 70 runs in the next 66 balls. We'll just wait and see what that magic number is going to be. Is it going to be 6? If they challenge 6 runs, they'll get 12 runs. If they don't, they'll get a 0. Let's see. I think they would go for a safer one. That's what the call from the player dugout was. 5 runs is what the captain demanded. Let's see what the batsman would indicate to the... Oh, the 1 run has... The six has gone up. The confidence has gone up. So from 5 they have gone on to 6. And if they wait for a little more time, the challenge may go on to 7 runs even. The batsmen are discussing. Akshay would say, I am in good form. I would like to take a challenge a little further. I would like to say 7 or 8 runs. It is just playing with the ego of the batsman. If the batsman was well set, he said, I can get the sixer of one blow.
Boosted energy, boosted her life. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic
The responsibility
enersal,
given is
energize.
given to Akshay now.
Iron say iconic, iron say iconic, iron say iconic, iron say iconic.
Challenge over ball by Nishit, 7 run challenge, Nishit, 7 run challenge.
Okay, Nishit is going.
7-run challenge, thank you.
Nishit is going to bowl. I beg your pardon, not Akshay. So 70 needed in the next 66, but this over 65 kitna liya? Challenge kitna liya? 6 7 runs. Just as we were speaking, I said they started off with 5, they waited for some more time, they got it to 6, then they took some more time and the batsman on the strike must have said, I can score 7. So the batsman ego comes in between. He said, 7 run to main 2 shots mein maar dunga. That's what he says. But those 14 runs can just take the match in their favor. Let's see. Nishit is a very good bowler. He is up for the challenge. But the second over which was bowled by Jay should have been given the second over because he seems to be a good bowler. So 5, the stock market of the batsman went up. It went on to 6 and finally it is stabilized on 7 now. 7 to get in the next 6 balls. Very, very interesting. And this might just change the match, because this can be a maiden over or this can be 14 runs. So make or break time for the team fielding. You're 6 of 6 now. This challenge overs have been interesting. In the last 4 attempts, maybe 6 attempts, 5 attempts, once it failed. Rest 5 times, 4 times the batsman was successful. But if the batsmen aren't successful, the fielding team comes back very strongly into it. Oh, that's a good ball, and he gets his man. No, all 5 next 5 balls they would be playing. So he gets the man. The 5 balls in which to get 6 runs, he gets this man with a slower one. This might just be the tonic with energizers. They need Energol in the form of this fantastic challenge over. This has been a great tournament to get associated with this setup, get associated with some beautiful, wonderful, successful people. There are many of them from different fields. There are some former cricketers which we have been blessed to see. We saw Praveen Tambe, we saw Abhi Kurvilla on this front. We also saw some big senior stars coming in. We saw Sharad Kelkar, Manav Gohil, very fabulous, humble people playing cricket and playing to their fullest. Sharad Kelkar is a fantastic, fabulous, destructive, explosive cricketer. Manav Gohil is a complete trier. I have seen him fielding on Talegaon. He was just absolutely wonderful and very humble background. So people from different backgrounds come in. Some of them are successful businessmen. Some of them are working in different industries, film industries. Some of them are even cops. There is a cop from Chamber Police Station stationed at a very high post. He also plays in this tournament. So 6 from 5 needed. Very, very interesting. Nishid, will he stop them? New man in is always a challenge. 6 needed from 5. Oh my god, this is turning out to be very interesting. If I am the batsman who has come new, I'll just tap and move and give it to Akshay. And let not take the blame. I would rather be a Ravichandran Ashwin than be a Dinesh Karthik. Not to take the challenge. That's what Ashwin was saying. I was just making my farewell speech ready if I had missed that one. That was so good to see and so great to see. Oh, this is beautiful bowling. But this is the challenge for the batsman. Let's see, Akshay, what you can do now. So 3 balls in which to get those 5 runs. They cannot get this without a boundary now. That's what JNS should be telling each other. They should stop the brace, the double, and they cannot get it without a boundary. They have to stop that boundary. Oh, not with this. Oh my god. That was a close one. I think that is for the overstepping, not the height of the ball. That was for overstepping. This spoils it. A free hit. 3 balls, 4 runs to win. If they manage to get away with this free hit, they can still win this challenge. He has to get away from this ball, not concede a boundary. 3 balls, 4 runs for the challenge. This is good bowling. In fact, fantastic bowling. 2 balls, 3 to win the challenge. So 2 balls, 3 runs, they cannot get it without a brace or a boundary. So if they happen to stop that double, they might win this challenge. He has bowled well. The slower deliveries have done wonderful job for them. 2 balls, 3 to win the challenge over. And 3 runs, if they manage to save, JNS will be right back ramping into this match. They will get that opportunity to come back in this match. Oh, not with this kind of bowling. This is almost like India-Pakistan match now. 2 balls, 2 to win. They need a wicket. They need a wicket to win this mini battle. If they win this battle, they will be back into the war. Let's see what happens. 2 balls, 2 for win in this challenge over. This is so very interesting. It's full of drama. Oh, he has just spoiled the suspense in the drama. The thriller is killed by the bowler by bowling two white balls back to back. Still, if he happens to get this next one as a dot delivery, we might see some interesting challenge. They have to stop this single now. It's like the test match, one to win, last wicket standing, and one run to defend. So they have to stop this one run from being scored off. The next two balls. If I'm the batsman, just tap and run. Oh, he scores it easily. Smacks it into the square leg region, and thus 5 from 6 from 7 had put them into a lot of trouble. They finally get 14 runs.
ज्याने 4 नाही मारलं तो एकच रन नाही पकडणार देणार पूर्ण 4 त्याला बाकीचे राहिलेले पेनल्टी मध्ये टाकू एक मिनिट रुक जा 96 अरे दे ना 4 त्याला काय हे करते तू आधी 4 तरी दे राहिलेले 96 पर्यंत काय
The score is 96 runs now. They need 56 to win now.
आधी बोलो यार बिल्कुल नहीं दिया
So they need 56 more. If he had not bowled those two wide deliveries, they would have been in that. Two wides and a no ball in that over. An over of mixed emotions, almost just like this match. JNS have been up and down, but the spirit which they play is being great. They should enjoy the moment. They should be in the contest. They shouldn't be giving away this match just like that. They should keep trying. JNS, one of the premier schools, institutions, a big name. The cricketers have to fight it out. So the equation has become very easy now. 10 overs and 56 to win. बॅटिंग कडक करत माहिती आहे ना सगळ्यामध्ये मॅन ऑफ द सिरीज तोच असतो
एक रन चाहिए था चार जो कंप्यूटर को 4 मारा तो 4 काउंट करना कि सिंगल एक ही
श्रुती ना
तर एकच काउंट करायचं
श्रुती ना नॉन स्ट्राइक वालाच ना
अक्षय ना अक्षय सॉरी तो जे ना अंशु म्हणतो की हे होते
सांगायचं ना परत अंपायर विचारतात
अंशुमन स्ट्राइक विल अंशुमन
त्यांनी बाउंड्री मारलं तो एक काउंट करायचा म्हणून तो स्ट्राइकला येणार ओके सो 56 runs is what is required to win now. Just as some of you must be wondering why after hitting a boundary he comes on strike. That would be accounted as 1 run because 1 run was needed. So that is accounted as a single, and Anshuman, who hit that boundary, comes on strike. Anshuman did a fabulous job in field, bowling some very crucial overs. First in the power play, then bowling the 18th and 20th over. He was just fantastic for his team. He was one who was responsible for halting that great march JNS had. This is beautifully hit on the top. Just for a single. The way you play your cover drive defines how good or bad you are in your offside play. He did it nicely. So getting on top of the ball, being in control is a hallmark of a good batsman. Just 55 needed now. This is nicely bowled. Dean Jones was the one we were talking some time back. He played a fantastic innings in that tight test match in Chennai. He was completely dehydrated. Oh, this is nicely done. Opening the face of the bat. One man who opens the face of the bat all 360 degrees is man from Chembur. The best T20 batsman right now, number one batsman in the ICC rankings, number one batsman when it comes to striking with higher strike rate. Surya Kumar Yadav, he is from this territory, just a few kilometers from here. He's our man. The non-striker wanted it. Anshuman wasn't aware. This is what you call teamwork. Go for this once. With this single, the score moves on to 99. They just need 53 more. They are going along merrily. Just if that challenge over, they had managed to save those 5 runs of 3 balls, they would have been right back into this contest. This is into the covers for a single. 100 runs they muster up, and that too in real quick time. JNS has been hot and cold in this match. They have been showing some great performances in between and laced in with some not so good performances. They need to put their best show if they want to do well in this tournament. They need to put up a good show. Nicely done. Meanwhile, one man who is putting up a good show is Anshuman Agarwal. He started off with the ball in the hand. Fantastic first 2 overs in the power play, and then the last 18th and 20th over. And the score is 101 now. 51 needed. 51 needed in the remaining 9 overs. Less than 9 runs per over needed now. "54 balls, 51 runs to win." So 51 runs needed in the next 54 balls. Akshay is 60 of 40 balls. 60 runs of 40 balls reminds me of Saurav Ganguly's innings in the finals of NatWest Trophy. Everyone remembers the innings of Mohammad Kaif, Yuvraj Singh, but everyone forgets that 60 runs scored of 40 balls, and that too in that age when hitting in the first few overs wasn't that easy in England, and Saurav Ganguly had scored those 60 important runs in that run chase. But this is cheese and but for just a single, it was a lot of room being offered. 50 needed now, exactly 50 runs needed in the remaining 53 balls. I think they would try to finish off early just to avoid that late Saturday traffic. Yes, they want to finish off this early. People using their foot to good effect. Now it's rather easy to put your foot down instead of bending, but that can always be dangerous. 49 needed in the next 51 balls. It's a wide. With that extra, the score moves on to 104 now. 48 needed. So some dew setting in. Oh, that's hammered. That's been picked and deposited. Just falling short of the fielder over there. He wasn't able to hold on to that one, but just a single considered, not much damage done. 47 needed. They want to take these catches. Hands on hips on the fielder in the third man region. He wants his team to pick a few wickets. He wants to get few wickets in. That's nicely done. Swept into the square leg region for a single. With the single, the target is 1 run less now. Oh, that's an edge. That's an opportunity. He takes it. Very good catch. They needed that break. They were going along merrily, but what an innings from this man. In fact, he's still there. Anshuman is the one who has to go back. Anshuman scored that important boundary to get those challenge runs, 12 runs.
अंशुमन आउट झाला की तो आउट झाला अक्षय जर्सी नंबर काय आहे
तुमचा तोच आहे ना सिंगल आलेला वाईटच्या नंतर सिंगल आला नंतर तो आउट झाला अजून एक रन आला
न्यू बॅट्समन आहे
थँक्यू सर.
They need 46 more. New man in is Mahip. Mahip was brilliant in the field, fielded very well, took a good catch even, and restricted a few doubles to just singles. They just need 46 runs. If they don't commit any harakiri, they will get this thing done and dusted. But for JNS, they need to find a few more now. And the leg spinner can do the magic. It's a wide again. Leg spinners can be expensive, but leg spinners will give you those wickets. Oh, that's played with soft hands. That's what they need. Some intelligent, smart cricket. So with that single, the score will move on to 108 for 2 now. They just need 44 more. 44 to win in the next 8 overs.
12 खत्म हुआ 1-0.
Missed out by Kunal and Vishal in the previous encounter. That's nicely done straight to the field. Good work. We also saw Kunal Chugh missing out on 100. He remained unbeaten. He couldn't get that extra 1 run. So 249s and a 99, and also Ryan Rodrigues' soul fighting innings of 78 in a losing cause. And Ojas Mehta was the icing on the cake today with fantastic 100 plus runs in the first inaugural match. So we saw a 246 being set. We saw 153 runs being chased down, and now in this match 152 also looks to be toppled now, but it is not still done and dusted. JNS can still come back in this one. This is a fantastic initiative. We have 28 teams of such good caliber, some high quality stuff. You may not find all the fielders of same caliber. You may find an odd catch being dropped. You may always feel why this catch was being dropped. Remember, take my word, these are not easy catches when the ball swirls around. And these are not the regulars who can go day in and day out for practice. Oh, this is good shot off the back foot. What a ball, that shot that is. And look at the outfield. Lightning quick it is. Off the back foot. Good work by the fielder. Mopping it up for a single. With the single, the score moves on to a Nelson now. In fact, 110 for 2 now. This is nicely done straight. The score is 111 for 2. Let's see whether the Nelson would strike. Every time we see that score 111, 222, 333. Nelson strikes every time. We remember David Shepherd. Hop, skip and jump. One of the best sights in cricket. Every time you saw that man, you just love to see him in action. The Nelson is taken care of. It goes to 112. When you talk about superstition and cricket, 87 is, they say, is an unlucky number for Aussies. 13 they say is unlucky number for the English. 17, 36 are for Indians. There are so many different ways of looking at it. The Aussies would say we rather get out at 87 and we feel unlucky, and whereas the English would say 13 is the number in which we fall. The Aussies say we would be very happy getting out on 87 every time. So coming back to the normal figures now, they just need 40 runs. No superstition involved in it. No rocket science. 40 needed. Runs needed now in the remaining 7 overs. So let's make it little more digital with little more numbers for you. It's like remaining 41 balls in which to score those 40 runs. Will there be some magic? Will there be some miracle? Oh, what a shot they said, but I thought it would go in the covers. It went straight down the ground. Akshay is still there, shepherding this innings. He's going along smoothly, merrily. 46 balls, 65 runs. Jbcn has come in. He has faced 5 balls, just scored 3 runs, just waiting for his first boundary. Mahib is a very good all-rounder, very good bowler, very good fielder. Let's see what he does with bat. Oh, he cannot do much as he is being just tied down by some good bowling. And leg spinners, they are a very confident bunch of bowling units. They are the ones who have a lot of faith in themselves. If you want to be a leg spinner, you should have the courage and heart to flight the ball, take those risks, and get those wickets. So he is one such kind. He is trying to flight the ball, trying to purchase or buy a wicket. It takes a big heart to do that. He is showing some heart, but this one was outside the off stump. The length was fine, the flight was very good, the pace was fine. The most important ingredient, the line, which was missing. Adam Zampa, Shane Warne used to do it for the people who used to hit them very hard. He used to keep them away and wide. And in the latter part of Big Bash, he used to just commentate while he was bowling, and he used to script a wicket and take, and just used to get his man. What a shot that is! This is nicely swiveled, just short of that boundary line, I suppose. Yes, just short of it, just a few feet away, and he gets a very good hit, a boundary. Mahib, he was tied down. He wasn't allowed to score runs. He just broke the shackles with a fantastic shot. Not an easy shot to play that shot. In the colloquial terms, in the Hindi language, we say lapet ke mana. That kind of shot that was. Very good shot. Taking into the arc and hitting them. Not an easy shot. This is beautifully bowled. He was in absolutely no position to play any shot over there. Just change his shot and put it down the ground for a single. With the single, the score will just turn around and it will go on to 119. 119 for 2 now. They just need 33 runs to get this done and dusted. Meanwhile, one man who has been from the beginning is Akshay. This is good shot using the feet. With this single, the score moves on to 120. 32 needed. Single. They need 32 more runs. 6 overs in which to get the remaining 32 runs. So 32 runs needed in the next 6 overs.
Boosted energy, boosted her life. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic enersal, energize. Iron say iconic, iron say iconic, iron say iconic, iron say iconic.
Cool as a cucumber. This man has seen the first ball, and most probably he will see the end of the innings also. Oh, this is beautifully bowled. The ball kept little low. Equation, if you want to just have the numbers for you, 35 balls in which to get those 32 runs. 35 balls, 32 runs to win. He had to bend down over there to stop that one, but he's making an effort to make amends for it. Gives away an extra. They need 30 more now. 30 more, but the bowler is making them work hard for those runs, and that's what is needed. Keep fighting till the end. JNS have shown good spirit, good camaraderie. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play every ball. They need 30 more. That's beautifully swivel, turned and hit for a wonderful boundary. Just as little pressure was being applied by the bowler, Akshay coming into his elements, hitting that wonderful boundary. This man goes in his 70s now with that boundary. He has been a good opening batsman for their team, and in the chase of 150, more than 50% of the runs, in fact more than 60% of the runs have been scored by this man. So with that, the target will be just 26 needed now. 26 runs needed, and they're just a couple of wickets down. So 26 runs needed in the remaining in the remaining 32 balls. So with that boundary, the difference is just of 22 runs now. This man is racing towards a very high score. He's almost in his 70s now. He'll making a good job and is has hit two boundaries.
And then you only give them the toss coin and tell them to spin and cut.
क्या है साइड में
HNT लिखा हुआ है नीचे से।
अच्छा वो भी है या तो शूटर बोलो और स्कूल डायरेक्ट
नहीं, heads
सेंटिंग से Saturday. We have had a fantastic Saturday. First three matches going very well. The first match we had a 250 score almost being scored. Then we had two 150 scores being is to be chased down as well. But the third match between two teams which Stars versus JN on one another. This Saturday it has to be a special one for the first inaugural. Who's going to call? The call. You're going to.
You game of the season.
Now, did you get some proper time to practice together?
Definitely, we've been practicing since couple of months. We've been practicing indoors, but this is again a different ball game altogether.
What about the opposition? Have you? What's your strategy against them going to be?
I don't think so. They have any.
Like he just told me that they have a lot of new players. Few players we've played with that otherwise we have to see on the field.
Enjoying the game and having the smile. Lost the toss. You would like to win this one. The first.
The team is looking forward to have a good. Perform, he also ribs me in the wrong way, but it's watching us play, he also gets inspired and plays it in the right spirit.
Passion for
Yeah, of course, because I think if we were not passionate, great way of keeping yourself fit. I think that this kind of tournament brings you. I mean, you look forward to it and you practice for it and you work for it, right? So it helps you in maintaining your physical fitness, and it's good for your mental fitness as well. Away from your routine business or professional life, this is a great way of hanging around with guys and having a good time.
So that's it. Two captains, one a very passionate one and another a professional one, as his opposition captain has said. All the best. The last and a very interesting between these two. किती झाला श्रावण स्कोर? 36च झाले. अच्छा 16 पाहिजे, 10 काढले ना. 16 runs to win in the 17 153 is the target. I was actually consistently telling 152 as a target, but again 153 is the target because they got a run in the last ball. So 4 overs 17 runs. So Mehul Shah, he was brilliant with the bat in his hand. He needs to find a wicket from somewhere. 24 balls, 17 runs to win. Wide down the leg side. The umpire would just extend his arms and declare it as a wide. 16 to win. Why did Jai not bowl the second over? Jai was expensive in the first over, but he seemed to be a good bowler. You should never be judging a person with a solitary over. If I was the captain, why was he running away? He should have taken that one. He is a very good batsman, but that was a chance which could have been pouched. 15 to win. So that's a dot delivery. 15 to win still. 15 runs to win. Will it go in the 19th or the 20th over? It has been a stroll till now, but don't take it easy. Any match can turn on its head. That's nicely done into the corner region. Just for a single. They need 14 more now. So 153 is the target. They need 14 more runs to win this one. This is nicely bowled. Why and how it did not bowl him. Very close to the furniture. 13 to win. They need a hat-trick to win this one now. They need a maiden over to get somewhere close to the 20th over. And every time it goes in the last over, there is some suspense. Strange things happen when the match goes in the last over. He has no plans to take it to the last over. He just flicks it up and over for a boundary. They would be ruining those drop chances. Nine to win now. संजय वांगर का टेक्निकल जो एक्वेन है ना, वो बड़े बड़े प्लेयर्स में नहीं इंडिया के पहले टॉप 3 जो उसका टेक्निकल है ना, केन विलियमसन का सब वीक पॉइंट्स उसने क्या पकड़ा है यार, कोई नहीं पकड़, वहाँ से यहाँ कभी आ गए।
जैगर्स का कोई है असिस्टेंट कोच,
हाँ।
वो बैंगलोर को ये कोचिंग वगैरह है,
अच्छा,
तो संजय सर को लेके
लेकिन वो तो वर्ल्ड कप में थे।
इधर 145 ब्रो काम में जरा, हाँ ना 145।
So just 8 needed now. 8 to win. 8 runs to win. So we'll see Bakhtiyar Irani after some run. Bakhtiyar is a fabulous, fabulous cricketer. He is a superstar in this That's tournament. जय second over क्यों नहीं डाली? First power play में तो किसको भी लग सकता है ना? You should have asked for it. सबको तो पड़ी. Oh, that is poor bowling. This will race away towards the square leg. No one's going to stop this one. Yet another boundary. Just 5 needed. A little short it is. Just 4 needed. I beg your pardon. Just 4 needed now. 4 to win. Will they finish off with a boundary? That's the only question remaining now. Meanwhile, the star of this innings has been Akshay Chadha, without any doubt. He scored 89 runs of 61 balls with 12 boundaries and 2 sixes, strike rate of 145. Consistently has been in that range of 150 to 160. At one point of time, the strike rate was 160. And remember, this guy just scored 1 run in the first 6 balls which he faced. And he went like a bullet train after that. Still 4 to win. Akshay faced the first ball of the match, of the innings, of this innings, the chase, and he is still there on the last ball. It would be very befitting if he gets those winning runs, but I don't think he would get that opportunity. As he's, yeah, he would. In fact, Akshay will get a chance to finish this off now. 3 needed.
वही पाता स्ट्राइक ओवर।
क्या बात कर रहे हो? अक्षय ही था स्ट्राइक पे?
हाँ
मैं गलत बोल रहा था फिर। कितना चाहिए?
3 चाहिए।
In fact, it is Mahip now who is on strike. Both of them of different heights. Akshay can be easily recognized with his height. Mahip is contrasting. It's a wide. So 2 needed now. Will Mahip hit a boundary and win it? No, he won't. Completely flummoxed with the flight of the ball. 2 balls remaining in this over. Oh, that's a big heave. And 1 runs to win. Rightly, Akshay is on strike. So Akshay faced the first ball. He would probably face the last ball of the innings. So the script was written from him. I will begin and I will end it. So 1 ball, 1 run to win. Highly probable that this would be the last ball. He faced the first ball. He would. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's what. This is not fated to finish this off. Mahip would be. 1 to win. The scores are level. They are getting in all the fielders in. Just 1 to win now. They should have shown this urgency a little while earlier. They tried very hard, JNS. So many teams of JNS and JBCN. JBCN won the previous encounter. JBCN Stallions looking all the way to win this one as well. 1 to win still. Next encounter, JBCN Stars versus JNS. Three teams, two teams have already won of JBCNs. This is the way to finish. 1-2 bounces into the long on region. Mahi finishes off it in style. And Akshay remains unbeaten
हाँ हो गया बॉल दे
on 90.
हाँ हाँ
90.
90 of 64 Really?
याला एक भेटणार की चार भेटणार आता
चार भेटतात ना आता.
चार असणार ना
त्याचं काय ते rule आहे म्हणून.
So good camaraderie. The game was played in the right spirit. JNS, they must have lost this match, but they played good brand of cricket. They had their moments, especially the opening batsman. Also, there was some good batting in middle by Vishal. Vishal's wicket was a clincher when he was got out for 49 runs. A couple of batsmen did a good job in middle, but once they got out, the scoring was stalled completely, and that was the game changer.
सर को बहुत मिस कर रहा हूँ यार अंशु सर को वीडियो कॉल कर यार सर को बोल बहुत मिस कर रहा हूँ यार सर के बगैर अंशु सर को बोल दे आकी इज वेरी अनहैप्पी विदाउट हिम बीइंग अराउंड फायदा ही नहीं इनिंग्स का जीरो है मेरे लिए तो जीरो हुआ आज मेरा कोच ही नहीं
Sir, captain. Sir, I forgot your name, sir.
विशाल
Next one. I'll just. Yeah. So it was a fabulous encounter. JNS. Yeah. JNS. Okay, it was a fantastic match actually. The JNS put up a good show, but they stopped and stuttered. Were not consistent, but they put up a good show. But they were up against a man who just scored a single run in the first 6 balls, and the strike rate was not that good. But in the next few balls, and it had 12, and the first shot sixer. It was a fantastic inning. Man of the match for this match, Akshay Jadda, 90 runs, 64 balls, 12 boundaries, and 2 fabulous sixes. And most importantly, he was there on the first ball, and he was there when the last runs were being scored off. So fantastic day. Saturday has indeed become a sizzling Saturday for the opening batsman. Yeah, Akshay. Akshay, you said you're missing someone. Wanted someone dearly to witness this one.
Recorded, I'd really like to say that according to me I didn't score any runs because my coach and sir was not here to watch. He's worked very hard with me for 5 years, and every shot that I played was because of his hard work and my hard work. And I keep telling all my boys, come for net every year. Each of us can improve at the age of 40, 45, 49, 50 also. But if we feel that we cannot improve, then we will not improve. So we have to keep working hard, keep showing up for practice, practice every shot, learn new shots, enjoy the game and play in the spirit of the game.
Yeah, you Premji completed his. And when you're talking about your guru, I want to know his name at least.
Coach Mahesh Yetkar.
Okay, that is so good to see. Because successful is always good. What do you have to say? What area did he work on you most?
Definitely leg side player, as you could see, but he developed my square cut, back foot punch, straight drive, all the shots, working hours, coming half an hour early, giving me hundreds of throwdowns and working with me
through multiple injuries. My captain, who's been backing me, and all my teammates, on the number of injuries I have had in the last 2 years, my team has carried me on their shoulders and told me keep going. And each one cheers every run of mine. And each player in the team. United is the most united team in school dads. We might not be the best team, we might not be the greatest team, but we are the most united team.
That itself gives me boost. Beautiful. Having the smile. Man, you deserve all that. Well done. Thank you so much. Go for the last match after this one. JBCN versus JNS coming right after this one.
Boosted energy, boosted life. I say iconic Enersal.